What's up, Flipsiders? So, I am exhausted. It's Saturday, August 1st, Monty's birthday. And I am running on empty. Okay, so let's talk about what's been going on the past couple of days. Okay, so, why is Jacob sleepy? Okay, so it started on, if it's Saturday, Thursday night. So I was coming home from church, and Catherine needed some help on her computer to do some things. But I went to the gym first, and then I went back over, to their house Thursday night. Ended up staying till like 3 or 3:30, because it took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Maybe a little earlier than that, I don't remember. But the point is, I went home and had to prepare for the shoot, the video shoot, Flipsider Films, go subscribe. Shoot we were doing Friday night, and in order to prepare for it, what that meant was I had to do laundry because my costume was dirty. And it's wonderful because my costume has white, like pure white, and pure black. You can't wash those together, so I had to do 2 loads of laundry. So it was like 5:30, 6 o'clock before I went to bed, and I work at 8 o'clock the next day. So I got like 2 hours of sleep, but I did rewatch the full season of Daredevil again over the past couple of days, which is so good, so good. Have I talked about it in a vlog? I love it. It's the greatest. So anyway, didn't get much sleep. So after work yesterday, what did I do? I don't remember. But oh yeah, that's right. I was thinking to myself, I really would like to take a nap right now, but it's not worth it because I have basically an hour before I would have to leave again, because I promised Lily, the little girl I do Good Times of Life with, that I would go to her play. Because it was opening night for her play, and she was one of the main characters in Peter Pan. So I told her I'd go. So it's like, I don't have time for a nap. So I'll just make sure I know what I'm doing tonight for the video, so that I can be quick, and I'll get everything together now, right? First off, I leave the house. I forgot something. And then I left, and then I realized that I forgot something else. It's so like me to do something like that. So anyway, we go to the play. The play's much longer than I anticipated. It was like an hour and 15 minutes before the first intermission, and the second half is always longer than the first half. And we were filming up in Dayton at 9:30 or something. 9:30. But it was gonna take forever to set the lights up and everything, so we left at intermission. I'm gonna go back tonight and see the second half of the play. But I want to talk about last night. So we filmed at night in the rain. Not real rain, artificial rain, still cold. It wasn't cold at first, but it got real cold real fast. And it was a series of mishaps. It was quite complicated, the whole shoot. We had four lights out there and 1 portable light, so 5 I guess total. Hose, reflector that we didn't end up using, 2 cameras. It was just an umbrella to keep the camera from getting wet, and like 6 extension cords going all over the place, and a hose. And the hose proved burdensome because there's so many cords wrapped around everywhere, and it's dark and everything. So one of the big lights, my dad's lights, almost fell over from the hose when someone was pulling on the hose, but we were able to stop it. But then it was my fault. It's my fault. I was trying to reposition the light, and I was just trying to tug on a cord to get it to come loose, and it knocked over one of the soft boxes, and inside the soft boxes there's like 5 or 6 bulbs, and it fell, and every bulb shattered. Every single one shattered. So I have to replace all those bulbs. And that was kind of unfortunate because that was like half our lighting source right there. And that was after the second shot of the night. So it's like, okay, Monty's going to try to figure out what's going on with the lights. Like maybe he's thinking he can maybe save one or two of them. And then I give him some money and he runs to Smith's, which is right down the street from the church we were shooting at. And so hoping there's more lights. So in the meantime, Skylar, Catherine, Eric, Lexi, Christine, and I are waiting around and working on the fight choreography, which I think turned out really well. Monty gets back, okay, and we get back to filming. No lights. There were no lights at Smith's that would work. So we get back to filming, and at this point we've been at the church for almost 2.5 hours. We've gotten 2 shots. So it's about 11:30 or so at this point, and we still have the entire fight sequence to do, and all of the close-ups. And it was hard to do the filming last night to an extent because I had to run the rain machine a lot, and so that involved me on top of a shipping container, and I was not able to see what was actually being filmed, but which I don't like. Which I do not like. Going out and filming something and then not being able to see the camera angles or anything like that, because I usually like to, just be in charge of all that. But I'm confident it turned out well. But anyway, so it was cold, it was rainy, contacts were falling out and irritating eyes, mine and Catherine's, and Skylar and I both punched each other in the face last night when we were doing our fight sequences. It's difficult to fight at night in the rain with lights everywhere. It's kind of hard to tell your depth perception a little bit, especially when one contact is already fallen out. So I elbowed him right on the tip of the nose, and he punched me square in right between the eyes. But I think it turned out really well. I do. But we were about to get, we had 3 more shots that I wanted to get. And they were all highlighting, like, the end of this fight. We were just going to get, like, emphasis shots for each of the last, like, 3 movements. And that is when all the lights went out. All of them. Done. And so it's like, crap, this is not a good thing. Did the cords get wet? Because the cords are all sitting on wet ground, but it was just like damp ground. And so it's like the cords can sit on the ground and it's going to be fine as long as we're not spraying water onto the cords or they're not sitting in a puddle, which they weren't. But that's the first thing. It's like, well, shoot. And it's 1:30 at this point in the morning. Soaking wet. I have to give a huge shout out though to Catherine and Skylar because they got soaked along with me that night, and they were absolute troopers. Didn't complain once. They're fantastic. But so all the lights go out, and it's just like, this is fantastic. And we were already using a van. We were using van lights for some fill light because our other softbox broke, so we pulled a van around and just shone the brights at kind of at an angle. But the lights went out, and at that point it's like we cannot do anything else. So we take the lights, we're switching out a bunch of plugs and power strips, trying to see what was the issue. And then we realized that the issue was all of the outlets outside had stopped working. All of the outlets to my church outside shorted out. This is not good because not only do I hate going on someone's property, and messing something up. I don't want to have blown out all of or a fuse or something at the church. You kidding me? Because the AC just broke at the church, and I know there's a lot of people working on getting that fixed. And it's like the last thing I need to do is go back and say, hey, I broke all of the outlets to the outside. And I know there's a funeral reception supposed to be happening outside tomorrow, which is today. which was really technically later that day because it was already 2 o'clock in the morning. So, we were cleaning up everything, and we stopped, we prayed over the lights, and cleaned everything back up, went outside to reevaluate the lights one more time. All the outlets were working. All the outlets were just working! Ugh. So, luckily, the plugs are fine. I have no idea what happened. I could not tell you what happened to make all of them turn off, or how all of them turned back on. But they're all working now, and I was able to just play with the camera angles a bit digitally, post-mortem, to get all of the footage that I need. We didn't even need those last 3 shots. I think I made it work. But then, after that, I went home, changed my clothes, then went back to Lisa's house, and we watched Toy Story. And then I came home at like 5:30, and then I'm like, I really want to look at this footage. And so once I started looking at the footage, it's like, well, I gotta edit the fight scene together now. So I edit the fight scene, and I color correct it, and it's awesome. But then I have 1 hour before I have to go to work. So I am tired, and there's a birthday party that I need to be getting ready for. I haven't showered this morning. I'm just going to work. I'm going to throw a jacket on, and I only have to be here for like 3 hours today, so who cares? But I need to go do a birthday party. Then I promised I would take some pictures, and then I'm going to work on the video. And then I get to wake up at 7 o'clock tomorrow again! I'll sleep when I'm dead. But this video, I think you guys are going to like. I hope you really do. I really hope you do. It's a lot of fun, and it's different from something we've done before, because we've never done like a modern, non-apocalypse video, I feel like. Except for Murder Me Elmo, or Sims. So I guess we have done it. I just lied. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you. I hope you all are having a fantastic day, and I will see you guys on the flip side.